teams lead the charge over in the Bundesliga as Leipzig, Augsburg and Frankfurt lead the charge over in Germany. But who's going to come out on top after match day number 4? We'll get into it next. Before out in the Bundesliga, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Bundesliga related, world football related. We're going to all here and one Ruski. That's right, boys and girls. Of course, 7-goal Bobby Dazzler for Bayern as they came out on top, only just against Hertha Berlin, and of course, new manager over in Schalke. But we'll talk all about that in just a second. A big shout out to the Patreon gang. You know who you are. That's right, support the channel behind the scenes. There are 20 of you. I do appreciate the support that you guys do give the channel, and without you this will be very, very hard to do. Get out of bed and try and churn these predicaroonies out. Anyway, we're going to take a little look, of course, at the predictions in just 1 second. Let's get into it now and have a look at how I got on last time around, and then we'll take a little look at how you guys got on. So jump in the deep end, here we go. 0 to 2 is the criteria. This is the criteria, folks. 0 to 2 you're in the straight face gang, 3 to 7 you're in the straight face club, 8 plus you're in the top banana. How did we all do? Well, my picks are on the left, the real score is on the right. Union Berlin, what has gone on there? 4-0 winners over FSV Mainz. Goal scores Max Cruz on the score sheet, Marcus Ingvartsen, Marvin Friedrich and Joel Pertrapetro on the score sheet, and a 4-0 win. Actually give it Berlin, 2-1 winners, so not too shabby, not too far for the money. Meanwhile, Borussia Dortmund also came out on top with a 4-0 win as well. Goal scorers on that day, Erling Haaland with a couple of goals, Imi Chan as well, Felix Pasalac on the score sheet in a 4-0. Actually, I had a 3-0 win myself, not too shabby. Frankfurt also victorious, weren't they, when they were 2-1 winners over Hoffenheim. Actually, with a 2-1 win myself, got the one bang on the piss and nose, lads. Bang on the piss and nose. Dari Kameniada and Bas Dost on the score sheet for Frankfurt, and Adri Kadamic on the score sheet for Hoffenheim as they came out on top. Mönchengladbach, they got continued their wins as well. 3-1 winners over Cologne, a bit of a derby, that bad boy. Goal scores on that day, Alessandro Please, Stefan Lehner and Lars Stindl from the penalty spot. Elvis, Rekebeke on the score sheet for Cologne, a 3-1 win for Mönchengladbach. Werder Bremen also continued to win. 1-0 winners over Arminia Bielefeld. Leonardo Betancourt for Werder Bremen in the end. Look at me so far, faultless in the end. Not too shabby there for Werder Bremen. Actually went with the 3-0 win myself. Stuttgart, Leverkusen, that ended up all square. 1-1 in the end. Actually got the right amount of goals on this. Actually went with the 2-0 win for Leverkusen. Shame on me. Shame on me on that bad boy. The goal scorers on this day was Sasha Kiladevic for Stuttgart, Patrick Schick on the score sheet for Leverkusen in an all square in the end. Leipzig were 4-0 winners over Schalke. Got that one bang on the nose as well. Can Bogadazan with a big fat OG. Angelino, please bring down your Panzerino and score a goal for Leipzig. Yes, and Willy Oben as well, and Marcel Hansenberger from the penalty spot to give Leipzig the big fat W. And Wolfsburg, yes, Augsburg, that ended up all square, 0-0 in the end, as Augsburg continue to be up there in the discussion for leaders. Actually, with a 2-1 win for Wolfsburg, and of course, 7-goal Bobby Dazzler in the end. 4-3 winners for Bayern. Lewandowski on the score sheet, all 4 of them, with Jan Koroba, Matthias Kuna and Jezek Negadankedem for Hertha Berlin to make a bit of a game of it. And as you can see, got myself, what's that, 2, 4, 6, 7 out of 9. 7 out of 9. Filthy, boys. Absolutely filthy. This is the table as it stands. Leipzig, Augsburg and Frankfurt lead the charge. Bayern, Borussia, Hoffenheim and Werder Bremen in there as well. Mönchengladbach down 11th, just in case you're interested. Mainz, Schalke going down as it stands. Köln as well, doing terrible. Werder Bremen, well done to you. Let's take a look at you guys then. How do you all fare? Well, we're going to start with Moritz Spitali, not too shabby. Oh, Murat, well done to you, sir. Well done to you. Matt Gunner did bits. Shane O'Donnell did all right. Imagine Monday, not too shabby. Bayern Fan did okay. Ilmitcher did not too shabby. Mike Gallagher did all right. Bossia Mata did bits. Luka Kujinovic, not too shabby. Shepherd, well done to you as well, sir. Gaming Charlie did bits. And Simples, 1976, also did very, very well. Bianca Muller, she says shy, sir, but she did all right. Not too bad. Yannick Buster did bits. Keaton's not too shabby. Brian Butts did all right. Nathan Heaver, moving on. Josh's Well Travelled did okay. Vincent Hong did okay. Omar Esquivel, Mexican Sniper, also did very, very well. Elgin Cow also killing it as well. VRQPR did bits. Russell Frost, not bad as well. LJ did okay. Victor Cavallo did all right. Victor Fisher did top banana. hitting it out the back just like me, brother. NWC 239 did okay. Johnny Talks Bundesliga did okay. Alex Well, not too shabby. Football Mapper did bits. Okay, did okay. Hans Worst, not too bad. Ishan did all very, very good. Costas K did bits. Liam 2000, also very, very good. And that fella there did okay. This is the situation for this week and this week alone. Who is your kingpin? Who is your kingpin? Well, there's only one in there, isn't it? Victor Fisher, absolutely killing it with 8. I'm up there with Brian Burtz, Omaji Monday, Shane O'Donnell, Simples with 7. Filth. That's right. And there's a chasing pack there as well. And this is your current leaderboard. Let's ignore mine. That's wrong. But the rest of you guys, that's bang on the nose. And it's Yannick Bussler at the moment. Killing it. He is the prediction king. Josh will travel up there in second spot alongside Matt Gunnard, NWC, Victor Fisher, and we are QPR. They are in the chasing pack. Just 4 points, 4 percentage points adrift. That could be a bunch of points. Anyway, Bianca Monaco also doing bits as well. Urgent Cal and some of the other Patreons. Again, if you are interested in becoming a Patreon and get special treatment from me, get down there in the prediction thing. Blah, 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 you know what I mean. Anyway, let's get into it. Of course, take a look at the next round of matches out in the Bundesliga, and we'll see if we can start to change the look of the prediction league as well as the Bundesliga. Let's jump at the deep end. Of course, Hoffenheim kicking it all off this coming weekend against Dortmund. These two sides have played each other respectable, in fact, an impressive 26 times. 7 wins for Hoffenheim, 10 wins for Dortmund, and 9 draws. The last 63 wins for Hoffenheim, 1 win for Dortmund, and 2 draws. Last time played each other was in Dortmund. It was a 4-0 win for Hoffenheim. Anthony Akademic with 4-goal Bobby Dazzler. However, that was in Dortmund. In lockdown as well. The last time played each other in Hoffenheim was a 2-1 win for Hoffenheim as well. So it's actually been, you've got to go all the way back to 2017 for Dortmund's last victory over Hoffenheim. But in that 2-1 win in Hoffenheim, Sadias Adierman and Andrei Kadamic on the score sheet for Dortmund. Muria Gutzer on the score sheet for Dortmund on this. Heading into this, of course, Dortmund just won defeat the past 4 games in all competitions. Meanwhile, same could be said for Hoffenheim, won defeat the past 4 games, including all competitions as well. That was last time around against Frankie. Of course, both of the two sides in European competition as well shortly after this game. So a very, very big, busy schedule on the cards for both of them. The bookies odds on this one, 16 to 5 for Hoffenheim, 3 to 1 is draw, 6 to 4 on for Dortmund for the victory. They are the favourites on this one, and I do expect them to get the victory as well. All eyes will be on it, I think. Is that right? All eyes on this game? No, it's not. They're all kicking off on Saturday, the 17th of October. Same sort of kickoff there. Meanwhile, Fryeburg taking on Werder Bremen this coming match day as well. Now, these two sides locking their horns again, and it will be the 43rd time that these two sides played. The previous 42, 10 wins for Freiburg, 24 wins for Werder Bremen, and 8 draws. The last 6, so sees 1 win for Freiburg, 3 wins for Werder Bremen, and 2 draws. Last time played was in Freiburg. It was in lockdown. It was 23rd of May. It was a 1-0 win for Werder Bremen. Leonardo Bittencourt on the score sheet. Philippe Barregredi get himself sent off as Werder Bremen held on tight for a lastminute.com winner. Heading into this, Werder Bremen looking good at the moment. Just 1 defeat in the past 5 games. That was against Hertha Berlin at home. Meanwhile, it's been back-to-back defeats for Freiburg, losing to Stuttgart and Dortmund, and back-to-back games without scoring a goal. Not good for them. Meanwhile, the bookies odds 5 to 4 for Freiburg. They are the favourites. 19 to 10 is your draw, and 23 to 10 is your away. Your draw on this one. Of course, Werder Bremen looking good at the moment. In 7th, the win for them could actually go top of the table. Could go top of the table. Freiburg on the flip side, they're down 12 for the win for them, could also go top of the table. It's so tight, it's still early, anyone's game these days. I'm playing cautious, but I think Werder Bremen will have the edge. They're looking good, the spirits are high, and I think they'll get the big fat W in the end. Meanwhile, Hertha Berlin will take it on Stuttgart on the same match day. Of course, unfortunately, they were on the receiving end of a 7-goal Bobby Dazzler going in against them, though 4-3 loss to Bayern last time. But of course, they did give themselves something to get excited about. Anyway, these two sides played each other 72 times in the past, 27 wins apiece and 18 draws between the two sides. The last 6, though, sees 3 wins for Berlin and 3 wins for Stuttgart. There's nothing to separate these two sides. The last time played each other was back in 2019. It was a 3-1 win for Hertha Berlin back in May. 3-1 win. Goal scorers on the day for Berlin. Ibasiewicz got himself a goal. Duda and Salomon Kalou with Mario Gomez on the score sheet for Stuttgart. Heading into this, 3 games unbeaten for Stuttgart. In fact, just 1 defeat the past 5 games in all competitions. That was against Freiburg in the league. Meanwhile, just 1 win in the past 4 competitions for Hertha Berlin. So not great. And that was against Werder Bremen as well. So you probably would fancy Stuttgart to take something out of this. 21 to 20 for Berlin. They are the favourites. 5 is your draw. 5 to 2 is your away win. Of course, Berlin not looking good at the moment. Just 1 win in the past 3 games. But as for their opposition, Stuttgart into 8th spot. Just 1 defeat the past 3 as well. I do expect a tight game. I've given it to Hertha Berlin, but to be honest with you, I'm now hankering towards a draw on this one if I could change my mind, but I'm going to roll with it. Mainz taking on Bayer Leverkusen. Of course, Mainz struggling at the moment. 3 defeats out of 3, taking on Leverkusen, who have yet to taste defeat. 3 draws on the spin for them. These two sides have played each other over the past since the dawn of time. They played each other 29 times. 10 wins for Mainz, 15 wins for Leverkusen, and 4 draws. The last 6 though sees 1 win for Mainz, 5 wins for Leverkusen, and no draws. Last time they played each other was in Leverkusen. It was a 1-0 win back in June in lockdown. Kevin Volland on the score sheet on the 2nd minute. Last time they played each other in Mainz was back in December, 21st of December 2019. 1-0 win for Leverkusen. Yes, it's actually 5 games winning run for Leverkusen over Mainz. They've actually drawn their last 3 matches. Leverkusen not looking good. Meanwhile, Mainz have actually lost their last 4 matches as well, conceding at least 3 goals in the last 3 matches as well. So Leverkusen unbeaten in all competitions. They did beat Nordsfeld 7-0 to kick off the start of the season, but 4 defeats on the spin in all competitions, including a friendly for Mainz. Not looking good for them. I do expect Leverkusen to come out of this with something. Bookies odds. What do we have on this? The bookies odds. It is 50-4 for Mainz. 31-10 is your draw. 7-4 on for Leverkusen for the big fat W on this one. I do expect them to continue with their winning ways and actually get their first win of the season against Mainz. I think Mainz will continue with another defeat. 2-0 win in the end for Mainz. Meanwhile, Augsburg are doing very, very well so far, up against Leipzig as well. Both of the 2 current leaders as it stands, locking horns also on this Saturday. These 2 sides played each other 11 times in the past. 3 wins for Augsburg, 5 wins for Leipzig, and 3 draws. The last 6 though sees no wins for Augsburg, 4 wins for Leipzig, and 2 draws. Last time played each other was in Augsburg. It was a 2-1 win for Leipzig. Timo Werner on the score sheet, a couple of goals on that day. Ruben Vargas with the 1-0 goal for Augsburg. Leipzig are actually undefeated in 17 of the last 18 matches in the Bundesliga, and so far so good for them, picking up 3 wins and a draw in the first 4 games of the season in all competitions. Same can be said for Augsburg. 3 wins, 1 draw so far in all competitions. Of course, they opened up their campaign with a 7-0 demolition of Celle out in the German Cup. And they've also followed it up with an unbeaten campaign so far in the league. Of course, Leipzig will be favourites despite all that. Bookies odds, what do we have on this one? We have 92 for Augsburg, 2-1 basically. 2-1 on for Leipzig for the victory. 10-3 is your away win. Of course, Leipzig and Augsburg 7 points out of a possible 10 apiece. Sorry, 7 points out of a possible 9. And I guess something's got to change this time around. I do expect a tight game though. Leipzig will come out on top with a 2-1 win in the end. Next up, of course, Arminia Bielefeld have started off okay so far, picking up 4 points out of a possible 9 as well. They currently sit in 10th spot, taking on Bayern, who currently sit in 4th spot this season in the table. Anyway, these 2 sides are locking horns for the first time for a couple of seasons. They played each other in the past. 36 times, 5 wins for Bielefeld, 27 wins for Bayern, and 4 draws. The last 6 though sees 1 win for Bielefeld, 5 wins for Bayern, but you got to go all the way back to 2006 for the last time Bielefeld were victorious over Bayern. However, the last time they played each other was back in 2009. It was a 1-0 win for Bayern. Luca Toni on the score sheet on the 64th minute. That was a blast from the past. Bayern have actually won their 15 of the last 16 matches in the Bundesliga. They've also scored at least 2 goals in 19 of the last 23 matches as well. They come into this, of course, conceding 7 goals in the past 2 games. That's a statistic you never thought you'd hear. They did beat Berlin 4-3 last time around, but they did lose to Hoffenheim last time they were away from home. In fact, the past 4 games, they've actually only played 1 of them away and they lost it. Meanwhile, Bielefeld looking good at the moment, reasonable anyway, picking up 1 defeat the past 3 games so far in the Bundesliga. Bookies odds, we'll give it to Bayern, I'm pretty sure of it. What do we have on this one? What do we have on this? Bayern probably not even taking odds. They're not even taking bookies on. Yes, they are. Where is it? Where is it? There they are. 12-1 for Arminia Bielefeld. Long shot. 61 is your draw. 32 for Bayern, of course. Not perfect, but they've got kinks in their armour and have been exposed recently. But I do expect them to come out top with a big, heavy victory, 4-0 over Bielefeld in the end. Meanwhile, Mönchengladbach taking on Wolfsburg, probably the biggest game of the weekend, really. These 2 sides locking horns. For the 42nd time, the previous 41, 22 wins for Wolfsburg, 30 wins for Gladbach, and 6 draws. The last 6, though, sees 2 wins for Gladbach, 3 wins for Wolfsburg, and 1 draw. Last time I played was in Mönchengladbach. It was back in lockdown. It was a 3-0 win for Mönchengladbach. Jonas Hoffmann with a couple of goals. Lars Stindl as well. Wolfsburg actually drawn their last 3 matches in the Bundesliga, and they come into this just 1 win in the past 5 in all competitions, and that win was against Dessina in the Europa League. Meanwhile, Mönchengladbach just 1 defeat in the past 5 games in all competitions. Sorry, 4 games, should I say. That was against Dortmund in the Bundesliga. They've also opened up their account with an 8-0 demolition of Ubernauland in the German Pokal. Heading into this, the bookies' odds, well, it's tight. It's 2017. Mönchengladbach favourites, 30-5 is draw. 11-4 is your log shots. That is Wolfsburg, of course. Wolfsburg looking pretty wobbly at the moment. 3 draws on out of 3. Unbeaten, but yet to get a victory under the belt. Meanwhile, Mönchengladbach, of course, back-to-back games unbeaten. Of course, they opened up their campaign with a defeat. I think it was against Union Berlin, something like that. But anyway, I'm sticking with my heart on this one. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Mönchengladbach in the end. Into the final 2 games taking place on Sunday. It'll be Cologne up against also fellow leaders, Frankie. Now, these two sides have played each other in the past 106 times with 40 wins for Cologne, 37 wins for Frankfurt, and 29 draws. The last 6, so see, 2 was for Cologne, 3 was from Frankie, and 1 draw. And that draw was last time around when these two sides played in Cologne last time around, back in lockdown, 20th of June. Florian Kantz on the score sheet for Cologne, Bas Dost on the score sheet for Frankie, and a 1-1 draw. Meanwhile, heading into this, Cologne have actually failed to win the last 13 matches. They could be a relegation candidate, if I'm honest with you. They come into this 3 defeats on the spin in the Bundesliga. Meanwhile, Frankfurt come into this unbeaten in the first 4 games this season, picking up 2 wins and a draw in the Bundesliga, and also a win in the Cup, of course. Bookies odds on this one, 50-8 for Köln, 5-2 is your draw, 6-5 is your Vivian on this bad boy. Of course. Heading into this, what do we have? What do we take on this one? Of course, Frankfurt doing top banana so far. Köln struggling. I do expect another similar sort of scoreline. I'm going with a 2-0 win for Frankfurt to take it to the house, take another waypoint, and remain probably top of the table. That's right. And wrapping it up, it will be Schalke taking on Union Berlin. Of course, Schalke with the new manager. These two sides have played each other, according to my knowledge, just the 3 times, and it's actually been 2 wins for Schalke, 1 for Berlin. 4 times, actually, but one of them was a friendly. Competitively, though, 2 wins for Schalke. In fact, 1 win for Schalke, 1 win for Berlin, and 1 draw. Last time played each other was in Berlin. It was a 1-1 draw. And the last time played each other in Schalke was a 2-1 win for Schalke back in November 2019. Benito Raman and Suat Serdan on the score sheet with Marcus Ingevartsen on the score sheet for Berlin. Heading into this, Schalke have actually conceded at least 3 goals in the last 5 matches in the Bundesliga. They've also failed to win their last 19 matches. Absolutely tremendous, terrible form for them. 3 defeats on the spin in the Bundesliga. Their only win doesn't really count. It was a friendly. Meanwhile, Union Berlin looking good so far. Back-to-back games without a defeat. Their only defeat was against leaders Augsburg, 3-1 in the end. The bookies odds on this one is 30-8 for Schalke. New manager bounce, perhaps 21-10 is draw. 30-8 is also a Union Berlin victory. And I think I'm going to give it a new manager bounce in a way. I'm going with a 0-0 draw in the end, which will probably benefit Schalke to get themselves up and moving in the right direction. And that, my friends, is what I think will happen out in the Bundesliga in matchday number 4. And if I'm right, this is what the table would look like, with Leipzig and Frankfurt remaining top of the pots, with Bayern and Dortmund hot on the heels in 3rd and 4th respectively. Werder Bremen also up to 5th, with Mönchengladbach up to 7th. Down the foot of the table will be Mainz and Cologne going down. Schalke up and running with their first point of the campaign. That's what I think will happen in match number 4. What do you think will happen? Get your predictions in nice and early. Of course, we do have a live action prediction league. Of course, still early days, so you can still join in if you take part now. And of course, there's some merchandise to win. If you come victorious, you will get a t-shirt courtesy of me. So I do appreciate that if you do get your predictions in, of course. Anyway, that's it, my friends. Be sure to give the video some love and smash the thumbs up, and of course smash your subscribe if you are new to the channel. Be sure to give the video some love as well, and also check out the description. Links to my other social media platforms are in there: Twitter, Facebook, and of course Patreon. Make sure you check those babies out. Until then, though, I'll see you all very, very soon. Stay safe out there. Come on, Mönchengladbach, keep up the heat with the leaders. Leipzig, Augsburg, Frankfurt, can they still be remaining up in the tip of the top with an unbeaten record? We'll have a little look next time around. Until then, I'm out.